I'm Dr. Gene Antonucci. I started my career in dentistry in the Air Force, where I helped our military personnel get healthy and stay healthy. From there, I built a successful practice in Huntington, New York, and later as a teacher, lecturer, and author, I shared my knowledge and experience with students and fellow healthcare professionals. And now my journey's taken me here to explore the world of health, wellness, diet, fitness, and nutrition, as together we discover and find the good life. Hi, I'm Dr. Gene. Welcome to Finding the Good Life. Health is about so many things. On the one hand, it's about looking at what we eat as being an integral part of health and wellness. We define our health by the foods that we eat on a regular basis. It's not about diets and fads, but about lifestyle. Our wellness is defined by the things that we do and the experiences we choose to have. Today, we're going to explore one approach towards healthy eating and look at how much fun and challenge a new activity can provide. And we are lucky to have Nikki Noya here today. And Nikki, who do we have with us?
We're happy to have Leah Rushlow here with us. Leah worked in corporate America for 15 years before following her passion of health. She's a certified health coach, online coach with Evolution Vegan Academy, and plant-based advocate that helps people take back control of their health.
Hi, Leah.
Hello.
How did you start on your plant-based journey?
How did I start?
How'd you
One day
start?
at a time. I actually did not start plant-based. I started vegetarian, and then after vegetarian, I kind of went back to pescatarian. And so I think there's always this stigma that you have to go vegan or plant-based overnight, and you absolutely do not. And it is a process when you've been eating one way your entire life and you try and overhaul and move to a new diet. I think it's so important to take your time and get a coach.
Was there one day that you just said, okay, I just want to completely change the way I eat? Like, were you not feeling well? Tell me what the kind of catalyst was for the big change.
Well, it started, I was having back problems and they had prescribed me a lot of pharmaceuticals, and it started where I got to a point where I didn't want to do that. I felt like there had to be another way. So I started really working out and started doing a lot of yoga. And then after you get your body to a certain way, then you think about all of the food that you eat. So I started to do my own research. Around that time, I think Food Inc. was the first, really big documentary that came out. So that was really my big push against the dairy industry and, consuming animal meats. And so it started with that I got rid of all meat.
So help me out. There's so many different, like there's vegetarian, there's vegan, there's plant. What? Describe them.
Okay, so vegetarian means that you still eat dairy usually. So it can be, there are different types of vegetarians. So you can still eat eggs, or maybe you still eat eggs and cheese and dairy products.
Okay.
Yeah, like under the vegetarian umbrella, there's all kind of different
Exactly.
vegetarians. Okay.
There's tons. We don't have to go into all of those. So there are many different types of vegetarians. Then you have your pescatarians, which sometimes they may not eat any meat except for fish. That would be your pescatarian.
Okay.
Then you have your vegan, meaning you would not consume any animal products at all. So no fish, no eggs, no meat, no dairy.
No cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese.
Okay.
And they also, if you consider yourself a vegan, you are not going to be carrying around a leather bag. They typically use it as a whole lifestyle to give back to the environment.
I have a friend who only eats raw food. Is that another
Yes.
subcategory?
So raw vegan is another subcategory. So that would mean that they don't eat any food that is cooked over a certain temperature.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Leah, this is fascinating information. We have to take a break, but I'd love you to stay here and come back after.
I'm all yours.
Thank you.
Over 70 years of experience in heart and aviation, the members of the Association of Flight Attendants know the realities of the aircraft cabin better than anyone. We don't just serve drinks, we save lives. We don't just negotiate contracts, we move major policy issues like the smoking ban, no knives on planes, clean water, and safe food on board. The air we breathe matters, and we stop the spraying of poisonous pesticides. The Association of Flight Attendants, stronger together, better together.
We're happy to have Leah Rushlow here with us. Leah worked in corporate America for 15 years before following her passion of health.
Is there science behind this? Is it just a preference? Is it the way your body responds to meats and cheeses or milks or?
There's definitely a science behind it. My favorite physicians that I follow, Dr. Neil Barnard, there is Dr. McGregor. There's a lot of plant-based doctors out there, and the ones that follow it most closely, Dr. Campbell, He really studies the science behind cancer and stopping the growth of cancer where it is or reversing it completely, as well as reversing heart disease, diabetes. So there is a lot of science behind it. However, some people consider it a drastic way, which is funny for it to be a drastic way to eat whole foods.
So I want to hear about the first things that you noticed changed when you did start, kind of when you changed your diet. What are some of the things that changed about you personally?
I think when I truly went vegan and really to the whole foods is where things started to change, because you can absolutely be a vegan or a plant-based person and still be consuming a lot of processed foods. However, where you start to see the changes is when you really work on your gut, your microbiome, and you're putting in those whole foods. So your fruits, your vegetables, nothing that's coming out of a bag. And for me, I didn't realize I was dealing with depression until I was really far into it. And with my diet and really figuring out that a lot of the foods that I would eat would affect my stomach, I basically cured my depression. So that was a game changer for me.
We were talking earlier about being bloated all the time, and all of our ladies out there and a lot of our guys out there, but just if you're feeling bloated, tired, your skin looks sallow, you're not sleeping well, you're not going to the bathroom, which is a huge one for us. Just so many things you really notice changed about your own personal self, because it all starts in the gut, right?
Here.
And a big part of it too is if you're eating these natural whole foods and you're eating plant-based foods, you're not consuming the oils that are so dangerous and all the processed junk, which makes you sick.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, you know, it's interesting you bring up oils because that is a controversial topic, because we do need fats in our diet. However, the amount of omega-6 versus omega-3s that we take in on the standard American diet is really off balance, which is where you're going to get super inflamed in your body and start to have problems.
I have to stop you there. Where can people find more information about you?
LeiahR.com. They can also look me up on Instagram, social media, LeiahR. They can find me at Evolution Vegan Academy, join our community. I'm all over.
Thank you so much for joining us, Leah. Thank you. We'll be back with Finding the Good Life right after this quick break.
I didn't know that under the